Hello everyone, g'day, my name's Tony, the singing hairdresser. Just joking. I'm obviously not the singing hairdresser, but if you did see my song a bit earlier, I hope you liked it. I might do another one, who knows, we'll see. Anyway, tonight I'm going to do a very special episode just on split hairs. It's not going to last very long, it's going to be very, very short, but I've got a good example and I'm going to show you now. Woo. Here's something I prepared earlier. Hi, today we're talking all things split ends on hair. Everyone goes through them and there's all sorts of theories out there. So I'm going to do some illustrations. I'm going to use my board here to give an example as well. And I'm going to use this string, okay, which is actually a shoelace. So, first things first. There's obviously a myth that I busted the other day about split ends and can you repair a split end? The quick answer is pretty much no. When a hair's split the way that the technical way of a hair splitting is the way it is. It's split, it's done. Now, if I can give an example, let's just use this as a hair follicle. Okay, obviously it gets thinner towards the end. And then you have all these little cuticles that sit on the outside, okay? And if you were to zoom in on these cuticles, you know, they would look like scales on a, say a snake scales, right? That's what they look like, one on top of the other, all the way down into that point that is the end of your hair, which is right here. Now, what happens with a split is that these little cuticles start lifting. Okay, and then as they break off at the bottom here, so these little bits break off, okay, I'll bring it a bit closer so everyone can see a little bit better, okay, as those little bits of the hair break off, they keep pushing the other little bits of cuticles to break off as well. So I'm going to use now an example of a shoelace, okay. So that's a beautiful end of a shoelace, okay? It looks pretty reasonable, but you can see it's a bit tight because I've cut it already myself, okay? So what happens with the split is that it continues to break apart. Now, once it's looking like that, you ain't fixing a split end, okay? It's just not going to be fixed. The only way that you're going to actually fix that split end is by doing this. Getting your scissors in, giving it a haircut, and getting it back to looking good and straight again, okay? And this is why they say sometimes that constant haircuts make your hair grow quicker. It's not that it makes the hair grow quicker, but what could happen is your hair grows like that. If this splits at a faster rate than what your hair grows out of your head, then it can feel like your hair's getting shorter and shorter and shorter. But the reality is, really, your hair's most likely just splitting and splitting and splitting. So get a haircut. Now, what about preventative measures though? Because there's, people are like, well, all right, if I can't rescue a split end, what can happen? So let's answer that first question. I've seen it come through before. How do I fix a split end? You might be able to fix something that is just about to start to split, okay? It's not quite there yet. It's about to start going like that and really split and all the internal parts of the hair just fall out, right? Let's just say it's in this sort of condition. All right, this is where you need your natural oils, making sure that you're using good shampoos, conditioners that won't be harsh on this cuticle layer of the hair and will make sure that your hair is nice and smooth and can last as long as possible. But once you start getting that movement in the hair and it starts splitting open like this, okay, that's when you're going to start having some of your issues. So, message for today is, like I've said, make sure that you get those split ends cut. If not, things like oil balance, very good for your hair. Things like argan oil, very good for those ends of the hair. Things like your protein complex, making sure that they're strong, all the cuticle part layers of your hair. That's what you need to do in order to make sure that your hair looks good, stays good, and your split ends don't split away. Have fun, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.